So the next thing we're going to talk about today is dealing with dogs who jump, and most all of them do jump because they're so excited. So this is Fiore, and as you can see, she's already gotten on me a couple times already. And so what I'm doing now to help control it is I am just standing on her leash where it's enough that she can sit or stand comfortably, but not that she can jump. So that if she tries to jump, it pulls her back down. You're probably going to need to put this on her collar as opposed to the harness if you're doing this, because the harness just sits low enough on that. And so that is one way, even at home, you can help with a dog who wants to jump on people, is just stand right on that. Hi, yeah, because you really can't jump up so much, right? Good girl. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let her off a bit, and she's probably going to jump, and to talk about ways that you can help with that. The first is don't pet her or any dog or touch them to push them down when they're jumping. They think it's being pet and it's giving them attention because they're jumping for attention. And so we don't want to give them any kind of attention like this. What we want to do is ignore the behavior if at all possible. And so that could be even bringing our hands up so they can't grab our hands and turning around. And then rewarding them and petting them when they're not jumping, right? Yes. When they're sitting or just not jumping. So I'm going to let her off the leash. Okay, here we go. And she'll probably start jumping. Yeah, how you doing? Nope. Ah. Come here, Fiore. Come here. I know. Hi. Good girl. Oh, what a good girl. What a good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Yes. That's Nope. Come back. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And I also give, it's called a no reward marker sound. So mine is and it can be as loud as it needs to be for that particular dog. Hey, nope. Come here. Good girl. And then you give her attention when she's being calm. Good girl. Nope. Good girl. So you can give her a treat if you want. Fiore. Go. Nope. Sit. Good. And since she does know a sit, you can cue a sit. Sit. Good. And the more that we do that, and she's calming down. Good girl. That's it. That's it. Want some more? Good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. And now she's starting to give me an automatic sit. Good girl. Because she knows to get this, she has to be seated or at least standing. Yeah, come on. Okay, here we are. Oh, good girl. Oh, such a good girl. And I'm giving, And it's going to take consistency and time, but if we can get the dogs to not jump up on people, that's going to be a huge gift to the dog and to the people who adopt them. Right? Do you know how to shake? Do you know how to shake? No? Do you? Oh, okay. That's okay. Okay. Sit. Good. Good girl. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Stop. Good girl. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, come on. Stop. Good. And granted, she is calming down. And working in the crate and the kennel is a bit harder. Hey, come here. Sit. But she wanted to be a part of the camera too. Good girl. And so now I'm kind of into Good girl. So I'm giving a correction, and now she's not jumping hard enough for me to turn my back on her. But really what you want to do is if they're jumping towards you, is ignore it. Good girl. And then recognize, good girl. So you can do that without treats or with treats or just with affection because they love that too. Good girl. Oh, that's a good girl. Good girl. So they get the petting and the affection and they're not jumping. And that hopefully will help calm them down and be a good gift. Good girl. That's a good girl. Okay. Good girl. Another thing to talk about with jumping with the dogs is if turning your back and ignoring them doesn't work, and it may not with all dogs, or if you turn your back, they jump up on your back and they kind of stay with you. One of the things I have done is once I know that, so I try this first and a full turnaround, and then if that doesn't work, I'm going to move into them as they're coming and kind of put my hip out slightly so that they can bounce off a little bit. And then turn around and reward them on that. So you may have to move into them just a little bit more if they're a really persistent jumper. So with Fiore, turning my back on her worked. Now I'll have to do it over and over and get the consistency, but that worked because she quit jumping. But if dogs keep jumping at you, you may just have to know that and then move into them with a little bit and then pet them because they got to get them off of you to be able to do that.